The girl was lying in the ditch, her phone buzzing weakly somewhere under her body, blood sinking into the red Texas dust, and Silas almost drove past her. 1 second. That's all it would have taken. 1 second of keeping his eyes on the road. 1 second of ignoring that strange flicker in his rearview mirror. 1 second of choosing his own problems over a stranger's life. But something made him brake. Hard. The truck skidded. He reversed. He stepped out into the brutal evening heat, not knowing that this single moment was about to rewrite his entire life. And listen, if you love emotional stories with powerful twists like this, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to Emotional Twist right now, because what happens next will stay with you long after this video ends. The heat felt alive, like it was pressing against his skin, sticking to his lungs. The sky was bleeding orange and purple, the sun dropping behind mesquite trees like it had given up on the day. Silas wiped sweat from his forehead with an oil-stained hand. His navy blue mechanic jumpsuit clung to his back. The faded shop patch on his sleeve was barely readable anymore. Just like his hope. He was tired. He was hungry. He was broke. $47. That was all he had in his wallet. $47 to feed himself and his 7-year-old daughter until Friday. $47 to prove he could still be a father worth trusting. An hour earlier, a panicked client had called. Said his BMW broke down on County Road 14, near the abandoned quarry. Said he was late for a flight and would pay double if Silas came fast. He'd wire the money within the hour. So Silas had kissed his little girl Lily on the forehead, left her with Mrs. Patterson next door, and driven 20 miles into nowhere with hope pounding in his chest. Hope was all he had left these days. But the car wasn't there. No BMW. No man. Just empty road and silence. Crickets. Dry grass whispering in the wind. No signal on his phone. The number went straight to voicemail. Silas closed his eyes and exhaled slowly. Another false promise. Another almost break that turned into nothing. Life had been doing this to him for years. Every time he reached for something good, the ground crumbled beneath him. He turned to get back in his truck when he saw it. Something near the ditch. First, he thought it was a bag. Maybe trash someone dumped. Then he saw the hand. His chest locked. He ran. Boots pounding gravel. Years of paramedic training he thought he'd buried exploded back to the surface. There she was. A young woman. Long dark hair across her face. Dusty tan shirt. Dark jeans soaked with blood. A gash along her hairline. Lips pale, almost blue. Breathing shallow and broken. Ma'am, can you hear me? Silence. He checked her pulse. Faint. Thread-like. But there. Alive. Barely. His hands moved on instinct. Airway. Breathing. Circulation. The cut wasn't the main problem. Bruising on her ribs. Internal bleeding, maybe a punctured lung. Fear clawed up his spine. He had no hospital nearby. No backup. No money. No right to be here. He was a disgraced mechanic with a revoked license and a daughter to feed. But he couldn't leave her. He ran to his truck, grabbed the old paramedic kit he kept under the seat even though it broke his heart to look at it, and went back. He stabilized what he could, applied pressure, spoke to her even though she couldn't hear. Stay with me. You're gonna be okay. I've got you. When he lifted her, she felt too light, like something inside her was already slipping away. He laid her in the passenger seat and floored it. 18 minutes. That's how long it took to reach the rural clinic outside Dripping Springs. 18 minutes of praying, of watching her chest rise and fall, of begging God for one more chance to prove he could still save someone. The nurses rushed her inside. Silas collapsed against the wall, his jumpsuit smeared with her blood. Hours passed. When the doctor finally came out, Silas was sitting on the floor, head in his hands. She's going to make it. Silas didn't realize he was crying until tears hit his knuckles. He didn't know her name, didn't know who hurt her, didn't know why someone dumped her to die, didn't know that his $47 would soon turn into a number with more zeros than he could imagine. All he knew was that he had stopped. He had turned back. He had chosen to save a stranger. And everything was about to change. The clinic smelled like antiseptic and old coffee. Silas stayed all night, paid for her initial care with everything he had. $47 became $0. Signed paperwork listing himself as emergency contact because she had no ID, no working phone, no memory. On the third day, her eyes opened. Where am I? Dripping Springs. You're safe. She studied his face. You saved me. I just happened to be there. No, she said quietly. You stayed. Her name was Laura. She remembered nothing else. Trauma-induced amnesia, the doctor said. Silas brought her home. His daughter Lily stood on the porch when they arrived. Daddy, who is that? Someone who needs our help for a little while. She can have my bed, Lily whispered. Silas held his daughter tight. The next day, a black sedan rolled past the shop. Tinted windows, out-of-state plates. It circled twice. Silas didn't sleep that night. Days passed. Laura healed, helped around the shop. Then one night she woke screaming. I remember, she whispered. My name is Sterling. My father is Cyrus Sterling, the billionaire. They kidnapped me. They dumped me to die. Silas felt the weight crash into his chest. They'll come back, she said. They don't leave loose ends. Silas looked at Lily sleeping down the hall. Then we'll be ready. 3 days later, a convoy of black SUVs rolled up, men in suits. Then a silver-haired man stepped out. Daddy, Laura whispered. Cyrus Sterling stared at Silas. You're the one who saved her. Silas nodded. Cyrus later slid a blank check across a desk. Name your price. Silas pushed it back. I didn't save her for money. He walked out broke, but proud. Then the smear campaign started. News called him a fraud. Criminal. Lily came home crying. Laura called him. They're trying to destroy you. A highway ambush nearly killed them both. Then Cyrus went public. This man saved my daughter's life. Twice. The accusations were lies. Federal charges followed. Months later, a trauma clinic opened. Free. World class. Silas ran it. Lily smiled again. And every evening, Silas remembered the night he almost didn't stop. Because sometimes the smallest choice becomes the biggest turning point. If the story moved you even a little, drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from. I read every single one. And share this video with someone who needs a reminder that one good choice can change everything. This is Emotional Twist, and I'll see you in the next story.